Have you ever felt that strange tension in the air when she looks at you a little longer than she should, when her smile holds a secret you can't quite decode, when her energy changes the moment you walk into the room? Most men miss these signs. They brush them off thinking, maybe it's just in my head. But what if I told you it's not? What if she's silently telling you she's drawn to you? Not with words, but with signals only the emotionally intelligent can read. Today, we're diving deep into the 5 hidden signs she's deeply attracted to you. And trust me, once you understand these, you'll never see interactions the same way again. When a woman is deeply drawn to you, you'll feel it before you ever hear it. Her energy shifts. Something invisible in the room changes, like the air begins to hold a softer rhythm. You won't be able to explain it logically, but you'll sense it emotionally. It's not in her words, not even in her actions at first. It's in her presence. When she's around you, she becomes more aware of herself. She straightens her posture without realizing it, her tone softens, her laughter carries warmth, and her movements slow down as if time has decided to walk, not run. It's almost as though her soul recognizes you before her mind fully admits it. Think of it like when you walk into a room and someone has lit a candle. You don't see the flame immediately, but you can smell the change in the air. That's her energy around you. She might not say, "I like you," but her energy already did. You'll notice her eyes light up a little more when she greets you. She listens differently. She's not just hearing your words, she's feeling them. She becomes more attuned, like her whole body is quietly leaning towards your frequency. This shift isn't something you can fake. It's natural, subtle, but powerful. It's the kind of energy that makes you want to stay longer in the conversation, even when you've run out of topics. It's the kind that makes the world outside fade, and suddenly, it's just the two of you, lost in a moment that feels unplanned yet completely right. Maybe you've seen it before. She's the confident one, laughing with everyone, but when you arrive, she becomes gentler, more intentional. She adjusts her hair, looks away when you catch her gaze, yet smiles when you look elsewhere. It's not shyness, it's awareness. Her body is speaking in a language words can't translate. This energy shift is attraction in its purest form, not loud, not obvious, but real. It's a reminder that connection doesn't start with touch, it starts with presence. When someone's energy begins to move differently around you, it means something deeper is stirring, something the eyes might miss, but the heart always notices. It's the universe whispering that something sacred has begun to awaken between two souls who were never meant to be strangers. When a woman truly feels something for you, it's not the big things she remembers. It's the small ones. The quiet comments you made without thinking, the stories you shared that others forgot, the way you like your coffee, the song you hum when you're lost in thought. Those little fragments of your life become pieces she carries with her, even when you're not around. And that's how you know it's deeper than just attraction. It's emotional connection. She's not remembering facts, she's remembering you. Think about it. In a world where everyone's attention span is shorter than a message notification, she remembers the time you mentioned how your grandmother used to hum a tune while cooking, or how you once said you feel calm during rainy nights. Weeks later, she brings it up again, not to impress you, but because she listened, really listened. She held on to the parts of your story that meant something. And that's rare. In a time when people hear but don't understand, when conversations are quick but empty, her memory of your details is her quiet way of saying, "You matter here." It's like when you tell her you had a long day, and the next morning she checks in, not out of obligation, but care. She's paying attention to the version of you that hides behind the mask you show the world. She sees the little signs of when you're tired or when your smile doesn't quite reach your eyes. She remembers because she's emotionally invested. And this isn't about perfection or romance from movies. It's about presence. When someone truly values you, they don't just remember your words, they remember your pauses. They remember what excites you, what breaks you, what makes your eyes light up for no reason. Her remembering those details means she's studying your soul quietly, not to control you, but to understand you. In real life, most people are too distracted to notice the texture of another person's emotions. But when she remembers your smallest details, it's like she's saying, "You're safe here." Because remembering is an act of love, and attention is the highest form of respect. Her care is silent but powerful. She's not chasing your attention. She's nurturing your presence. She's showing you that what you share, no matter how small, is being felt, not just heard. They say the eyes never lie, and that's the truth most people overlook. When a woman is drawn to you, you'll see it first in her eyes before you ever hear it in her words. She might be sitting across from you in a crowded room, surrounded by laughter and noise, but her gaze finds you like a magnet. It lingers for a second longer than normal, not long enough to be obvious, but just enough to make your heartbeat stumble for a moment. It's not about how often she looks, it's about how deeply. Her eyes speak a language her lips are too shy to translate. There's a certain silence that exists between two people who are seeing more than they're saying. When she looks at you, it's not just curiosity, it's awareness. Her eyes soften, her pupils widen slightly, her entire expression shifts. It's the kind of look that feels like she's trying to memorize you, not just look at you. She's not watching your face, she's reading your energy. And if you've ever felt that kind of gaze, you know it feels different. It doesn't demand your attention, it draws it naturally. Imagine a moment at a coffee shop. You glance up from your cup and catch her looking. For a second, neither of you speaks. Time slows. There's no sound, no movement, just that one electric exchange that says more than 100 conversations. That's not coincidence. That's connection. Her eyes tell you, see you, not the version you show everyone else, but the one beneath. That's why it hits you so deeply, because it's rare for anyone to look at you and actually see. In daily life, you might not even realize it at first. Maybe it's the way her gaze holds yours a second too long during a joke, or how she looks at you when you're not speaking, like she's trying to catch the thoughts behind your silence. It's not lust, it's recognition. It's the moment when her soul whispers, "There's something here," even if her mind is still unsure. That kind of look stays with you. It follows you long after the moment has passed. It's the kind of connection that doesn't need words because the eyes have already said everything. When a woman playfully challenges you, it's not about competition, it's about connection. It's the way she teases you with that subtle smile, testing if you can handle her energy without losing your calm. It's her way of saying, "Can you meet me where I am without trying to control me?" She's not being difficult, she's being authentic. Because real attraction isn't built on comfort alone, it's built on tension, balance, and curiosity. Think of it like a dance. She steps forward, you step back. She spins, you hold your ground. That's the rhythm of emotional chemistry. She wants to see if you can stay confident without becoming arrogant, gentle without becoming weak. When she debates you, when she questions your ideas, when she pokes fun at your seriousness, she's observing something deeper. Your emotional intelligence. She's asking silently, can you stay grounded when things get unpredictable? In daily life, this might look like her laughing at your opinions, only to see how you respond. She'll challenge your logic, question your choices, maybe even roll her eyes at your confidence. But behind that playful resistance, there's admiration. She doesn't challenge people she doesn't respect. She does it because she feels something. Because the energy between you is alive. When a woman feels drawn to a man, she wants to know if he's stable enough to handle her fire. And that fire isn't meant to burn you. It's meant to refine you. Imagine two people walking through a storm. One panics, the other stays calm. The one who stays calm becomes the anchor. That's what she's testing for, your steadiness in the emotional storm. If you react with anger or insecurity, she pulls away. But if you smile, if you match her wit with calm confidence, something shifts. She starts to feel safe around your strength, not the strength that dominates, but the one that holds steady when the wind blows. When she playfully challenges you, she's not trying to win. She's trying to connect through authenticity. She's showing you that attraction isn't about flattery, it's about mutual respect. And in that subtle dance of teasing words and shared laughter, two souls begin to recognize each other, not as opponents, but as equals who understand the power of emotional balance. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, she won't always say it outright, but you'll start to notice how she makes space for you in her world. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic confessions. It's in the small, quiet ways she starts to include you in her daily rhythm. She begins to carve out time, not because she's free, but because she wants to make you a part of her moments. It could be a simple message during a busy day, a photo she sends because it reminded her of something you said, or a random call just to hear your voice. That's how she tells you, without words, you're on my mind. In a world where everyone claims to be too busy, making time is the purest form of care. She could be exhausted, yet she still texts you before sleeping. She might have a full schedule, but somehow she finds a window to meet you for 5 minutes, just to share a laugh. That's not coincidence. That's effort. That's her quietly weaving you into her life without forcing it, without making it obvious. She's not chasing you, she's inviting you to belong. Think of it like this. When someone becomes important to you, you start to think in their direction. You walk into a bookstore and see a title they'd love. You hear a song and want to send it to them. That's how she moves when she's drawn to you. You start appearing in the small details of her world, her playlists, her morning coffee thoughts, her conversations with friends. It's not that she's obsessed. It's that her emotions have started to include you. And when a woman includes you, it means her heart has opened a door, hoping you'll notice and walk in without breaking it. Maybe she starts introducing you to her circle, not formally, but naturally. Maybe she tells you about her dreams, her fears, her late-night thoughts. That's not surface-level talk. That's intimacy growing quietly. When a woman makes space for you, she's saying, I trust you with pieces of my life. It's not about constant attention. It's about shared presence. It's the silent rhythm of care where her actions whisper what her heart hasn't yet said aloud. That you matter, not as a moment, but as something she's willing to make room for in her story. Sometimes the most powerful connections are the ones we can't explain. They don't need words. They don't need labels. They don't even need promises. They simply exist quietly and deeply between two souls who feel something real in a world full of noise. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, she doesn't chase, she doesn't force, she flows. She becomes more attentive, more intentional, more alive in your presence. And the beauty of it all is that she doesn't even realize she's doing it. It's the energy of authenticity, the language of emotion, the poetry of human connection. Most people spend their whole lives trying to understand love, but love isn't meant to be understood. It's meant to be felt. It's in the glance that lingers, the silence that speaks louder than words, the laughter that comes too easily, the way time bends when you're together. It's not about trying to read minds. It's about learning to listen to energy, because the truth is, energy never lies. A person can fake words, they can pretend with actions, but energy tells the real story every time. And that's what attraction truly is, a vibration between two souls that recognize something familiar in each other. It's not about appearance, not about perfection, not about trying to impress. It's about how someone makes your spirit feel when they're near. You don't chase it, you don't demand it, you allow it. Because what's meant for you won't need convincing. It will feel effortless, natural, alive. Remember, in this world of temporary attention and superficial affection, being able to connect deeply with someone is a rare gift. So when you feel that energy, honor it. Don't rush it. Don't let insecurity ruin it. Just be still enough to feel it unfold. Because the moment you try to force what is meant to flow, you lose the magic. Real connection is born from patience, presence, and peace. Never forget, attraction is not a game of power. It's an exchange of truth. It's the meeting of two frequencies that resonate in harmony. And if you ever find someone who looks at you with the kind of softness that feels like safety, hold that moment close. Not out of possession, but out of gratitude. Because in that look lies something most people spend a lifetime searching for, understanding. People often say love is complicated, but the truth is, it's not. People are complicated. Love, in its purest form, is simple. It's the quiet knowing that says, see you, and I'm not trying to change you. That's the kind of love that doesn't burn out. It evolves, it matures, it stays. So, stop chasing validation. Stop trying to prove your worth. Your energy speaks louder than your appearance ever could. If someone is meant to see you, they will. If they are meant to feel you, they will. Sometimes, the most attractive thing a person can do is simply be still, be real, and let their presence do the talking. Because confidence isn't loud, it's calm, and real attraction doesn't scream, it whispers. The world will try to make you believe that love is found in the grand gestures, the expensive gifts, the perfect looks. But the truth is, love hides in the smallest things. In the way someone listens to you when you speak, the way they remember what others forget, the way they stay even when they don't have to. That's where the magic lies. You don't need to chase attention. You need to radiate presence. You don't need to impress anyone. You need to express who you really are. And when you do, the right energy will find you. Because when you move with authenticity, the universe moves people toward you who are meant to feel your frequency. In the end, it's not about who you attract, it's about who you align with. And when that alignment happens, everything changes. Your energy calms, your soul feels seen, and your heart finally whispers, "This is what peace feels like."